Is he shy, friendly, or just not interested? I know everyone's response will be, just ask him, but if it was that simple I would have already done so because in reality I am very bold and assertive. I am just getting mixed signals, and I don't even know if that is because of me. I met him about a week ago in one of my classes, and I am typing this as we had a class today, and I won't see him for another week. So please don't be like, just ask him, because I feel like it's too soon to do any of that, and I don't want to look like a fool. I also really want to get to know him, so I don't want to blow my chance in case if there could be something in the future. Him and I have one mutual, and she told me he is a bit of a shy guy, and even in my class he confirmed it when the teacher brought it up, also might be introverted. So matter of fact we know he is shy. I am kind of into him, but I really don't want to be delusional and read too much into signs. I even watched he is just not that into you in case I was being delusional. I went through the 5 stages of grief knowing he is not into me, but there is this part of me always hopes whenever we interact. A little background info. He is conventionally attractive and very much my type, very tall and muscular. You wouldn't think he would be shy and introverted, think like a frat guy look-alike. And I want to say that I am pretty as well. I don't know what his type is, so I just might not be pretty to him, but I want to say that I am also considered conventionally attractive. That being said, here is everything. Day 1. Good sign. He kind of waited, or slowed down, for me to be the last one to leave class, so we ended up talking in the elevator and outside of the building for a bit. Not sure if it was intentional, but to me it felt like that. Good sign. I would never had the balls to talk to him, but he was the one who striked up the conversation, and it was going back and forth really nicely. Good sign. At the end he said, "So, I'll see you Thursday?" And I said, "See you Thursday." Day 2. In the class we ended up sitting right next to each other because I intentionally sat next to the only left-handed desk. He is left-handed? Good sign. We were again the last 2 people to leave the class. We are like 9 ppl, ended up talking in the hallway and in the elevator. The convo going smooth back and forth. Good sign. I made my first move and complimented his muscles, and he seemed bashful and he was very thankful, and he said, "Yeah, I work out a little." He has huge muscles, and was asking questions back as in if I was working out, etc. Good sign. I asked for his socials and he offered his number because he doesn't really use Insta. My dumbass went for Instagram anyway, and I regretted not taking his number, so I'd met him asking for it. Good sign. I pointed out that his PFB was old, and he said, "That's when I had a pretty baby face," and I said, "You have a prettier face now," and he seemed bashful, thanking me again. Up until that moment I was extremely geeked, thinking I had this in the bag and everything is going great, but after this I started to get really confused. Bad sign. I'd met him the next morning because I felt like I should have gotten his number instead, but I got left on delivered for 30 hours and his response was, "I got you insert number." Many people, including me, gave him the benefit of the doubt because he did say he doesn't use Instagram like that, but now I know that he in fact is on Instagram pretty often, so I was confused since he did offer his number the day before. Bad sign. I texted his number saying, "Hey, this is insert name," got left on delivered for 24 hours, and then the only thing he did was to like my message after and no response. Another time when I had to text him about class-related stuff, he was pretty instantaneous answering, so if he was into me, I want to say he would have had a desire to talk and reply to me. I came to terms that he is not into me, and maybe he is just making friendly conversation maybe. Today, we again sat next to each other, and because the class is really small, we don't talk to each other, especially when the teacher is doing all the talking. Good sign? Am I delusional? There was something funny that was said, and you don't really see him laughing a lot, but in this instance he really was. And we made eye contact and I got nervous and looked away, but I realized he was still looking at me laughing. So I held the eye contact for another 2 seconds. This might have meant nothing to him, but it kind of felt really intimate and my stomach did a flip. It was a long eye contact while smiling at each other, but it could mean nothing. Bad sign? What sign is this? We ended up walking in the hallway together again, but he said he needed to use the bathroom, so I should just go ahead. And then he did the "I'll see you Tuesday, a week from now." And we again held eye contact, and I wanted to say something like, "I want to see you earlier," or "We should do something," or maybe hang out at library, or "I'll wait for you by the elevators," but I got really nervous and nothing came out, so I ended saying like, "Oh, okay, all right." Whenever I give him an in to hang out with me, I feel like he is dodging them. I am taking the L here. I gathered my balls and I asked him, "I'm headed to insert campus food place, and the rain is getting worse. If you carry the umbrella, we can share mine if you're headed to the dorms." I really wanted this to happen, so I waited for a while to see what he said, and he replied after 10 minutes say, "Hey, I just saw this. I'm already back, but thanks for offering." One more L. While we were messaging, he mentioned he goes to the other campus food place, and he got back really quick because he was really hungry. So I told him I would go check out that place in hopes of running into him, of seeing him, but he wasn't there, so I kind of crushed my own heart. In our conversation, which made me write this thread, I ended up asking what kind of rock music he liked. He mentioned it in class, and he answered the question very short and didn't ask anything back, which is like he used to ask questions back, and now maybe he just doesn't care or want to get to know me or whatever. When he listed the two of his fave bands, O said, "That's low-key goat music," and he just left me on delivered. I won't see him until next week, and I can't really decide if I am bothering him, if he is just being friendly, or I am gaslighting myself into thinking that there is not a single chance a guy like him might like me. I feel like if someone was interested, they would take their chances to spend more time with them, and I'm not feeling this. Yes, I am in uni, and yes, I have feelings, and I am totally acting like a teenager. I don't know if I should keep trying to subtly hang out with him, or just leave him alone and pull away. Because the semester just started, I don't have an excuse to ask him to study with me either. I just wish I knew how to go about this without embarrassing myself. He probably already knows I'm interested in him. He isn't acting standoffish or cold, but he also is just feeding me breadcrumbs. Is there anything I can do / a girl can do to impress or get his attention in a good way? What is doing too much and too little? Do I not text him at all this week and leave him be, or do I text him, even though I'm going to get left on delivered? He is pretty active on his phone, so I don't buy the entire maybe he is not using his phone a lot. I don't know, there is small stuff that give me hope, but then I don't want to read too much into his actions and make myself believe in something that isn't even there. Please give me any advice, and don't be mean. You can be honest, but being mean isn't going to help anyone. You can tell me what you think is happening, or if I can do anything better or tips. I'll take anything.